everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Super Bowl dreams are on the line today in the conference championship where only one team can move on. It's the Packers going up against the Giants. With that, let's send you up to MetLife Stadium. It's a snowy one in the tri-state area as we bring in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And yes, Larry, white stuff is on the ground and in the air. 3 inches fell overnight, and we expect more as this game wears on. Should be interesting here at MetLife Stadium, just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. Now a play fake here on first down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now that's the way to open up a game on defense. Back-to-back sacks. We know that someone's come to play today.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Prescott now on 2nd down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Still 3rd down.
Fresh set of downs here. 1st down, Prescott. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you got on your play sheet and say this is what the...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Let's go!
2nd down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Offense needs 11, have to think pass here on 3rd down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Looking to throw, Prescott. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sam Shields. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that leads to a Green Bay first.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty now, Lacey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
He's got time. And Nelson's got it here right side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Spencer Lanning now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the Packers pick it up.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they? And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack. Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion, because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, "It's not my night"? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some route.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Prescott, and he whips that one incomplete there.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants defense getting ready to go here. And the last time they were out there, they forced the field goal, and it was missed. And that's the reason right now, Charles, they have this 3-point lead.
And I'll guarantee you that they're greeting that offensive unit right now with a few well-spoken words about that last possession you just referenced. No, without a doubt. Oh, yeah, you the guys came out last time. You might have moved it a little bit, but, hey, you missed the field goal. What are you going to do now? So now, let's see if they can hold them again.
They better not talk too much, just +3 here. On second down, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So a little jumpy there defensively. Ref caught him in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
He's got his target. It's Cobb. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 46 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now out come the Giants. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And Cook has it, left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To the air again, Prescott. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, the receiver won in a big way.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Dorial Green Beckham, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. Off the play fake to Lacy. Here's Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On third down, here's Lacy. And he'll fight forward to about the... And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back? Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, 48 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And now they're in the hurry-up. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Rodgers to throw on second down. Surveying the field. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. One back. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Rodgers with a give. It's Lacy. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Prescott. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Come on, let's go!
They go to Elliott again. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result? 6 points.
Touchdown. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Eddie Lacy, 75 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Prescott to throw it. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd down, Prescott looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's got some space here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Dorial Green Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Caught left side by Cobb. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a 1st down carry. It's Lacey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards.
A short game that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. This would complete left side to Green Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Giants first. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And Cook has it left side. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2nd down following the run.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the...
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Paul Perkins, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And a great example. They're just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He's got time in the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And it's third down. 5 yards to gain here on third down. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. A gain of 8 and a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him. Complete
left side, the tight end Rodgers. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So completion on second down, that brings up third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third and long, it's Rodgers finding time. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's got time. Look at the time. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Elliott. To throw is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
Let's go.
On second down, Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on. But the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll be incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On third down, it's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 18 yards there and a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Brad Wing now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us.